This episode is brought to you by Momcozy. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Dad Life. I'm Brian, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. I won't be sharing about parenting tips or product recommendations today, but I will be sharing a bit of thanks for one of the OG dads on YouTube, and that's Andrew from Dadverb. If you've searched for any videos about parenting or being a dad over the past 8 years, I can pretty much guarantee that you've seen some of the content that he's created. And I remember when I was prepping and nesting before our first kid was born almost 4 years ago. I think I watched almost every one of his videos, and they weren't just informative, they were super high quality and really well made. I haven't met or spoken to Andrew from Dadverb directly, but would love to meet him at some point and thank him. If he ever watches this video, I just want him to know that he's been a really positive influence in my life as a dad and as a creator that's just starting out. Recently, he released a podcast episode where he discussed that he's going to be stepping away from the channel for a bit to focus on other passion projects of his.
I'm sure you're already familiar. I've been doing content under the banner of Dadverb ever since 2016, 2017, when our firstborn was came into this world. It was Henry back in 2017. Documented that journey through vlogs and through reviews and all that stuff. Henry's 8, or going to be 8 here in like 3 weeks, which is wild. For me personally, it's been an awesome ride, but I think my focus and my desires to kind of channel that creative energy, step away from my role as a creator for now, and pivot that focus into other things has been a strong desire of mine, and growing little by little, and that's kind of where I'm going to be kind of taking my direction, not even posting content on like Instagram, on YouTube. I've realized, especially after this kind of month and throughout December, not having to focus on content creation. I didn't realize how much of a burden it has actually been on me. Not having to worry about turning on a camera, not having to worry about like spinning this thing for content or spinning whatever. I need to share that. I didn't realize how much of a weight that was on me, and for that to be kind of sort of lifted as I kind of focused on other things. I didn't realize how big that was for me. I'm a lot happier now when I'm not having to focus on that.
It sounds like the Dadverb Discord channel will still be active, but he's going to pause making regular content for dads. I was a bit sad to hear his announcement because I've really enjoyed watching the videos that he drops on a regular basis. To be fair, his kids are older now, and the topics that he's been covering recently are relevant to where his kids are in terms of their age. And I know that I'll be asking a lot of those questions in a few years when my kids get to that point. But I'm also really happy for him because it sounds like he's entering into a new phase of life where he can devote more time to being a dad and also digging into some other passion projects that he's been wanting to invest more time into. He's been creating content that so many of us have benefited from for over 8 years, which is a really long time. So thank you for that. He also didn't completely close the door on the channel and left the door a bit open to come back here and there to post videos in the future, and I really hope he does.
This is going to be a bit of a sign off, which we intended to do later in 2024, but the episode never dropped. I'm so sorry. For me, as a creator on the Dadverb YouTube channel, I haven't posted in a while. I don't really have any interest in posting for a while. I'm probably going to be more active, if anything, on Instagram. Might drop a couple shorts here and there, but not really. If there's something interesting, a cool game, a fun thing that happens, something I'm enjoying, like it, yeah, sure, I might share it here and there, but that's not an obligation. It's going to be a little bit more sparse.
One of the things that he said that I appreciated and I think is relevant to a lot of dads is about being present with our kids. It's something that I've discussed before in a previous video, and I don't remember which one it is, but it's a topic that I think a lot about with my own kids. I often find myself distracted or focused on something that I need to get done, and I'm just the type of person that doesn't like to leave things unfinished. And I know there are some people like me, but not everyone. And because of that, if there's, let's say, an email that I've started or there's a dish that I'm cooking or whatever it might be. I don't usually like to stop what I'm doing because I will sometimes forget where I was at or what I was in the middle of doing and all sorts of things. So I just like to get things done. Well, what that means for my kids is that they usually hear me say things like, hold on a sec, or just one more minute, or I'll be right there, or just give me a second. I know that if I'm being honest, if someone had a timer with them, it would never just be 1 second or 1 minute before I finished that thing that I was focusing on. And these are just really small examples, but this can be expressed in a lot of different ways. And I guess what I'm saying is that being present with my kids is something that I have to intentionally remind myself or catch myself not doing. I'm not intentionally trying to ignore my kids, please don't get me wrong. But in the course of just regular life, things come up and things have to get done. So I think it's just recognizing our need to be present and to find the right balance in some sense for a lot of these things. It would be pretty unrealistic to expect anyone to drop everything that they were doing anytime their kids ask for them, because there are times where you absolutely have to get things done before you can turn your attention to your little ones. So I'm definitely not advocating for that either. I'm hoping to catch myself more often when my immediate response is usually to ask my kids to hold on a sec when they really need my attention. And this is just one topic that Andrew covered in his last video that he hopes he'll be able to do more of now and how important it is. So thank you for saying that and continue to remind everyone about this. In terms of the content I create, I have to say that when I first started creating videos, Andrew's or Dadverb's videos were obviously on my mind, but I always viewed his videos as like the gold standard, and his videos were like an inspiration for the things that I created. I'm nowhere near as polished as he is, and I don't claim to be, but hopefully the content that I create continues to be helpful for the people watching now. And I don't want to copy Dadverb necessarily, but I hope I do strive to create high quality content that is relevant, and I think that is something that I try to live up to. So thank you for being one of the best examples of a great content creator that so many people have looked up to. I also want to thank Momcozy for being a partner of the channel. And if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I think that Momcozy has some of the best products for new parents. I've reviewed a few products of theirs and compared them to the competition, and it always surprises me how much better Momcozy products are. Some of our favorites are the auto bottle washer, which is literally one of the most used products in our house right now, and it's a complete game changer. The other is the breast milk cooler, which I definitely recommend for any parent that needs to keep their milk cold on the go. So I just want to end by saying congratulations to the Dadverb team for a great run here on YouTube, and cheers to the future. I hope that they do come back from time to time to give some updates. Thanks for joining me today and saying thanks to Dadverb, and I'll see you next time on The Dad Life, where I'll be getting back to sharing more practical parenting tips and baby gear reviews. See you later.